Hello everybody and welcome back to the Fortress of Solitude. Today we're going to be talking about DCKO The Kids Are All Fight Issue 1, written by Jeremy Adams with art by Travis Mercer, colours by Andrew Dalhouse and letters by Dave Sharp. John Kent's role in the DCKO event is revealed as sometime during the events of Titans issue 31, Donna tells Superman that while he believes he needs to be down helping Earth, she has a place where he'll do the most good, like the other heroes are doing. John is glad to hear that he has a mission, hoping that is a good assignment that makes use of his wide range of powers. Donna knows all about his powers and that's why it makes him very suitable to look after a bunch of kids, namely Fair Play, The Boom, Cheshire Cat and Quiz Kid. So this book isn't wasting any time with the plot setup and it's a pretty good one. John has to look after some kids. Pretty simple, right? We all know something can and will go wrong and it's going to be fun exploring what that is. The kids in question are some interesting choices as well. Most of them are legacy heroes in their own right, two of which are those time-displaced kids from Jeff Johns' Lost Children arc in his JLA and Stargirl book, and then Fair Play is a character Jeremy Adams made for his Flash book, and then we have Cheshire Cat who's recently come back into the fold in the Titans ongoing, so it's a great little mixture of characters here. Characters who clearly do not like being told what to do. John tries to introduce himself, but the kids aren't interested in the supposed Superman since they want to be with their parents, helping either in the tournament or down on Earth fighting. Donna and Roy get ready to head out on their own trip to Earth, saying their goodbyes to Leanne and leaving John to wonder what the hell he is meant to be doing exactly. The kids all wonder what that is too, with some wanting to go and mess with the Titans Academy kids, but Fair Play is busy, scanning a very small energy signature he found. Now there's a bit here which I kind of dislike because it's done countless times in media. We see it all the time, and that is when they treat autism as some great superpower, as the group explain that Fair Play is on the spectrum and that allows him to look for patterns in immense amounts of data since his brain gathers it in a different way than everyone else's. I have no problem with a hero being on the spectrum. It's when writers write this as some grand superpower. We see it all the time in movies and TVs. You know, stuff like The Good Doctor is a very good example of that, or stuff like The Big Bang Theory, Young Sheldon, where it's treated as this grand superpower, and I think it's called like the idiot savant trope or something. It's a trope I've always been uncomfortable with because it feels disrespectful, and I don't think Adams wrote it as such. I don't think he means that at all. It just is something that comes across that way when you sometimes write characters with autism or characters who are on the spectrum. It's very easy to fall into and it's kind of a trap. Quiz Kid helps out Fair Play and uses a cord satellite to lock onto the signature, which allows Fair Play to discover it's someone he's been looking for. Leon wants to know who this person is, and Fair Play reveals that it is Granny Goodness, Darkseid's general and the person who kidnapped Fair Play as a baby and raised and tortured him on Apocalypse, so he's looking for revenge. Quiz Kid wants to find Superman and the others and warn them, but Leanne and Judy think that they could go after the villain themselves, and luckily Leanne stole her father's Justice League membership keycard, meaning they can bypass the locks that the League put on all of the younger heroes after the Airwave incident. Out in the shuttle bay, Superman sees off Donna and Roy, wanting to actually go and protect the planet he calls home, not babysit some kids. Donna wants him to trust them since they understand what it's like to be sidelined when they are young, but watching over the kids is a huge responsibility. She explains if anything goes wrong with them down on Earth, that John and the kids are their last line of defense and they picked him since he is Superman. John never thought of it like that, and yeah, neither did I, but it's great getting to see John be Superman again and actually have some responsibility and be put in a position where Clark can't handily come in at the final moment to save everything and kind of rescue his son from what he is doing. He's kind of got to do it himself and he's got to prove to everyone that yeah, he is really Superman. Roy gets real serious for a moment though, telling John if anything happens to his daughter Leanne, he is going to steal Oliver's kryptonite arrow and use it on the hero. As Donna and Arsenal head off for their adventure in Titans issue 31, John heads back into the Watchtower, now worrying about all the responsibility he has been given. He hopes that he can at least bond with these children a little bit, but is shocked to find that all the kids are gone. Frantically checking the entire station, John soon spots them heading for the hangars, and he cuts the kids off, stopping them in their tracks. But as they all fall over, they all begin to freeze in place. John is confused, and upon trying to help them up, he finds that they are nothing but hard light constructs emitted from one of Fairplay's mother box cube. Realizing he's been tricked, John remembers Roy's words about the kryptonite kryptonite arrow, knowing that he is so dead if he doesn't find the kids. So far, this book is running a rather standard kids get lost storyline, and there's nothing wrong with that at all, and I didn't have any preconceived notions of what this book could be. But what I really like about this is the basic split of the plots the Titans Ongoing was doing. You know, it's taken over John's side of that book, because John was in the Titans book for a little bit and he was on the lunar base and weren't really getting much with him, but he was a running plot. So this book kind of took that over while letting the Titans book actually focus on the actual Titans. Means both books become a bit more balanced and don't feel overstuffed. Since that was something I was getting worried about with that Titans book, it was balancing so many plates, and John Layman was doing a pretty good job, but I just knew there was something going to happen that would make them start to wobble a little bit more. One would get more attention than the other, so doing this split makes it that much easier. The kids, meanwhile, have teleported down to Earth, where the heart of Apocalypse is in the midst of terraforming the planet into New Apocalypse. As the team are ready to begin their search for Granny Goodness, they find some people nearby, thinking them to be zombies as they are slowly shambling around. Judy finds they aren't zombified though, they're just frozen, as Fairplay reveals that the signal he found was controlling people with delta waves, and to ensure the team didn't fall under the control, the earpieces he gave them will shield their minds from the delta waves. QuizKid thinks that Granny Goodness is luring people to her somewhere, thinking that they could just follow these zombie people. The Titans' ongoing tie-ins into DCKO have been great at exploring Earth's conversion into New Apocalypse, something in which the other tie-ins haven't really been exploring because they've been doing other stuff and it's kind of been background noise for them. And I like that we're getting to see how it happened, like what it's like on the ground on Earth while it's happening. You know, Granny Goodness wandering around, you got other heroes trying to save what's left of humanity. It's great seeing all of this sort of stuff, especially with these people who are like stragglers, which I guess didn't go to the evacuation site, because earlier on in one of the Titans books they did set up that there were people who thought all of this was some big conspiracy and all fake, and they just didn't want any of the heroes' help or want to go to the evac sites or anything. So maybe these are some of those people. I like that there's things being set up in those previous Titans books that are getting some sort of a payoff here. As the team gets ready to follow the people, they are confronted by the new Furies of Apocalypse, which now have Thunderheart, Wonder Girl, and Stargirl in their team. I'm guessing these heroes fell under Granny's Delta Wave mind control stuff the team was just discussing, but it's strange we never actually saw them before. Like, usually you have that, like, even if it was just like one page or a panel of Yara Floor, the Wonder Girl, trying to save some people, and then, her eyes change a different color or something like that. Just to sort of set up that something is happening to these heroes, because we didn't know like where these heroes were in the grand scheme of things, and I guess they were still on Earth helping people. Back on the moon, Superman tries to convince Cassandra Cain to give him a hand on helping round up the lost kids, and he even offers her 3 IOUs and he will be her super butler for a while. Cassandra wants 4 IOUs and John agrees to it, as back on Earth the kids defend themselves against the Furies, and I like that the team see their chance to prove that they can be pretty decent heroes, and they work seemingly well together. QuizKid is left to defend the innocents, while Judy uses her speed powers against Thunderheart's speed powers, causing the possessed IRA to run right into Lashina's whips, letting her get tangled up in the other villain's weapon. They aren't perfect though, and they actually get a little cocky, since Cheshire finds herself tied up in Lashina's whips soon, and it's revealed that the Furies need to capture these heroes for Granny Goodness, not kill them. QuizKid meanwhile tries to round up a group of people on a bus and get them out of the area, but the bus is cut in half by Guillotina, making the tide of the battle turn in the Furies' favor, and thanks to the stress, Fairplay activates his mother boxes, seemingly with Omega energy, which teleport him away to safety as the rest of the team are captured. The Furies don't bother going after Fairplay, knowing that their brother will eventually show himself again. Sometime after the Furies have moved on, Superman and Batgirl arrive in the area, finding traces of the battle all over the place, but none of the kids. Superman scans the area with his X-ray and telescopic visions and spots Fairplay in a nearby building. The heroes race to find the boy, and we get a really nice moment between all 3 heroes, as Fairplay believes that he failed his friends and as being a hero because of his past with Granny Goodness, but both John and Cassandra relate to him in a really cool way, as both had traumatic childhoods, both had their childhoods ripped away from them, much like Fairplay, and they had to grow up very quickly. John knows their innocence was taken from them, but it showed them what they need to do to survive, which is to fight back. This is a great use of John and Cassandra's past, since while Cassandra's is often used in her stories and brought up in her stories, a lot of writers seem to sidestep John's, and I like that Adams is using it as a force of positivity and how it can help John bond with these younger heroes in such a smart way. Granny Goodness, meanwhile, is told by her Furies that they couldn't find fair play, but she doesn't care, since they came for one with immense power that she sensed, one that will transform her army into something unstoppable. Granny knows that the metahuman they are after will eventually fall under her control, and she will use his power to energize the brainwave machine she has and take over what is left of Earth. Fairplay soon arrives, revealing that he's not there alone as Superman smashes his way through the parademons, transforming into his electric blue form, which I gotta say, we need to see more of him in this form. It feels like writers forget that John can do this, and I really wish he would just stay in it, since it helps differentiate himself from the rest of the Superman family, gives him, a cool color scheme change. I also love that artist Travis Mercer and colorist Andrew Dalhouse gave him a big coif of blue hair amongst his hair, along with the blue power. I don't think we've seen that before in this form. I think his hair is usually just black, but it's a great look for him, and I think he should stay with it more often. Granny thinks that the son of Kal-El will not be enough to stop her, and John knows he won't be, which is why Batgirl is with him. Cassandra ambushes Granny, knocking her down as Fairplay frees his friends, wanting to end this quickly. The kids work well together with Batgirl and Superman, taking down the Furies easily. Superman tells Granny Goodness that when he learned he was going to protect some children, he thought there was more important things to be doing in life right now, and he couldn't have been more wrong. Granny knows that he's right about that as she blasts her machine, activating it and causing the delta waves to blast the heroes, knocking them out as it overwhelms Fairplay's shielding against it. Granny tells Superman that once the metahuman she needs arrives, the machine will be more powerful and cover the entire world, leaving no one that isn't under Granny Goodness's control. So who is this mystery hero Granny keeps talking about? Because it's not Fairplay, even though it was kind of hinted at that maybe it was at the start, but we learned that it isn't, and we finally see who this character is, and it's a really wild reveal as it's fucking Static Shock, but not the one from those recent Dakota books, since those are out of continuity. This is the in-continuity, slightly older Static, the actual Static Shock. This was a damn great reveal, and one that promises to have its questions answered in the upcoming History of the DCU book, The Dakota Incident, which is out at the end of February. We know the Dakota stuff is slowly becoming canon to the DCU, as we saw Icon's origins in Mark Waid's History of the DCU book, and really it's been a long time coming. I'm so excited to see more of Static. If he ends up getting a new book, or these Dakota characters end up getting their own sort of series or something, I will definitely be covering it here on the channel. Granny demands to know why Static isn't affected by her Delta Wave, and the hero reveals that he felt the wave and decided to cancel it out with his own, blasting Granny's machine, which destroys it, stopping the Delta Waves and bringing Superman and the kids and the possessed Furies back to their normal heroic selves. Superman figures that Static saved the day and he wants to return the favor for the hero, getting ready to attack Granny, but she and the remaining loyal Furies escape via boom tube, vowing revenge in a rather classic villain way with the shaky fist. John and his new team know that they will be waiting when Granny and the rest of Apocalypse comes, and thus a new Teen Titans team was born, one which I believe John will be headlining, and they'll be taking over the Titans ongoing for a little bit, at least I think so. It's a really great collection of heroes too. It covers kind of all the bases. You got speedsters, you got people with super strength, you got Static with his electric powers, you got a Bat family member. It's got all the things that make up a good team in my opinion, and I can't wait to see what this team does as the headliners of the Titans book. There are characters there that I'm like, why haven't you been a Titan this whole time? Like Yara Flor. Like, I think that she should have probably debuted as a Titan. Back when she debuted, she's been criminally underutilized by the DCU as a whole. She's a thoroughly interesting character, and I'd like to see more of her, and I'm glad she's actually being part of this team. I can't wait to see what Adams and I imagine the current Titans writer John Layman have in store for the new Teen Titans. DCKO The Kids Are All Fight issue 1 was a really simple, fun adventure story with a few new and upcoming heroes we haven't really seen much of in the last few years. I really enjoyed John Kent getting to be Superman again and have a level of responsibility that seems a bit more his speed, and the big reveal of Static Shock being in the book and now being on the new Teen Titans team was fantastic. I can't wait to see what the Dakotaverse is in the DCU now that they're being canonized, and where Static's role is in all of this. It's going to be an interesting time ahead for the Dakotaverse heroes, and I am all for it. I can't wait to see where it lands. I'm going to give this issue an 8 out of 10.